So the third thing to talk about today is last mile strategies. Quite a popular trend in our e-commerce world. Lots of retailers are thinking about how do they improve that process, which is basically where it's the final leg of that e-commerce journey. It's essentially where customer has placed that order. It's how that order gets from warehouse to the home in the most cost-effective, timely, and productive way possible, essentially. So within the UK, we're not particularly great at it, to be honest with you. Considering we are quite small as a country, we're not fantastic. There's certainly lots of things that can be done. But like most things, it's cost and it's that infrastructure around how it can be possible. So there's a interesting episode of Beyond Today I listened to recently, which is basically talking about how Amazon, I think it was called like, is there any escape or something the episode was called. And it's talking about how do Amazon try to not only change their kind of connected home, but also make it into like a open door policy. So where Amazon have full control over everything within your home, not only from the products that you're buying, but they try and tell you what they think should be in your home and then giving them access to even put it into your home. So it's like the whole Amazon pantry piece, talking about not only things that you think you need, but Amazon telling you actually you ran out of milk, so I'm going to order you some, I'm going to put it in your fridge before you even thought about it. That type of, I guess, thought process is what's happening, but in a smaller way. So in the UK space, obviously, there are some retailers that do really well. What's kind of Moss's approach to last mile delivery, and how are you trying to get that process better?
Yeah, I mean, just first I'll pick up on your point about Amazon there, Brad. I think their announcement of shipping with Amazon, so effectively taking a traditional courier approach, allowing retailers like Moss Bros to use the Amazon logistics infrastructure just to ship our own product that we've sold through our own site to our customers, I think is really interesting. Yeah. They tend to shake up markets that they go into. Indeed. So there's no reason to expect that leveraging and driving some further economy of scale into their own logistics offering at the moment is not going to shake things up somewhat. It also, of course, allows them to collect a lot more data about who is buying what from whom that they don't currently have access to. I wonder whether we'll look back on that as being a move sort of similar to when they launched Marketplace and suddenly got this wealth of transaction data that they didn't have previously, and how transformational that was to Amazon as a retailer. So I'm sure that's part of their thinking on that. As far as what Moss Bros do currently, we work with a handful of couriers. It's really trying to give as much choice as possible to customers. I think where we certainly benefit compared with either retailers that don't have any stores or retailers that only have a small store footprint is that we are a nationwide business, and we see click and collect rates increasingly going up. So I think that convenience that customers kind of want from being able to go into store and collect, particularly tailoring products where sizing can be sometimes a little bit uncertain, and they want to try it on and make sure it's right and have the ability to swap it out there and then for a different size. We see that as sort of just keeps on growing and growing for us, and we're sort of almost 40% of our customers are now choosing that option. Wow. I also think where it's going to get interesting as well is as more and more retailers start to utilise their entire business inventory and offer things like ship from store.
The whole endless aisle piece.
Absolutely. Then these things start to become even more interesting and more challenging. And when we're able to make all of our store inventory available to our online customers, it's fantastic. We should be, maximising our stock and our inventory and allowing customers to buy it no matter what channel they come to us through. But that does put an additional challenge in you don't have a traditional courier relationship where they're turning up at your distribution centre to collect and distribute. They're actually having to go to
the stores
130 different stores across the country and get from there into their distribution hubs.
It could almost like each store have a set of drivers almost, which are like localized drivers for each store, and each store has 2 or 3 that then just backwards and forwards between store and customer. Is that potentially a model that localizing that?
Yeah. Absolutely. Or whether it becomes sort of part of a almost a Deliveroo type service where
you see it on your back and then it's bike over to you.
I mean, I think the great thing about where that is all going is that it's just all more convenient for customers.
Exactly.
It's getting product to them more quickly. It's allowing customers to buy product from your website, no matter whereabouts in the business it happens to be.
Yeah.
Better use of the inventory that you've got and more convenient for customers.
So in terms of collecting at the moment, what options does a customer have from Moss? Are they able to say, I want to collect on a certain time or a certain day? What kind of options do they have?
For click and collect?
Yeah.
So currently we're distributing from our main distribution centre to stores.
Into store, yeah.
We use our own van network predominantly for that.
Yeah.
But that's not the most efficient way of doing things, and we are in 2020 looking to do sort of quick click and collect.
Okay.
So if it is available from that store or a nearby store, we can get it there much more quickly than distributing from a central hub.
Sounds great.
And also then delivering direct to customers from local stores.
Yeah.
And that's when we get into this local delivery options, last mile, which is it's an incredibly complex area because it's so localized and every location has a slightly different kind of set of courier options and challenges that we need to overcome.
Yeah, and I guess that's where the local pickup kind of concept came from, didn't it? Because you were trying to solve a problem where a customer was either not at home or not at a fixed location, so fixed a location that they can pick up from, i.e. the hubs that you see in banks and supermarkets all over the country, which therefore a customer is in more regularly, they can pick them up from there instead. I guess that's where the concept came from, but in my view, that type of model is not really, I don't see that in the future. I don't feel that having them fixed locations is really going to be in the future. I think we're going to see much more personalised type of approaches to last mile, to be honest.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think there'll be some winners in that collection hub, going back to Amazon and Amazon lockers. That'll obviously be part of the option with shipping with Amazon. Again, it's about driving economies of scale into that and allowing them to put those into even more locations. And I think there'll be some winners in that, but I don't think that will dominate the market.
No. Anything else from a last mile perspective you feel or any retailers that are shaking it up in particular?
We always talk of drones, don't we? When it's when we're talking about the last mile, I think that's maybe the area that gets people kind of the most excited. Interested. No, I don't think we're going to see lots of drones in the sky delivering product to people anytime soon. I just don't think it's cost effective, apart from in some very exceptional circumstances.
What are your thoughts on the little robots that we're starting to see?
The little sort of ground drones. That's potentially more interesting. I think we might see some more of that. I know Co-op have been doing some trials around delivery there, and we'll just have to wait and see where that all comes out to. But
I saw one in Milton Keynes, the other day, and I literally chased it down the street to have a look at it, and it was weird. It was weird. Is my only description of it. A little white box just kind of floating down the street was very weird indeed.